Hi guys, Paul here from PABrewNews. Got another one from the New Trail Brewing Company. I've just been slamming out the New Trail ones lately. But I picked this up at Bloom Brew. This is sticky. Tis a tidbit sticky. This is sticky. The stickiest of the ickiest. Imperial Milk Porter, brewed with coffee, maple syrup, cinnamon, and vanilla from the New Trail Brewing Company from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. ABV is unknown and canning on date is unknown because they just don't do it. And they shouldn't. So there we go. Just inspecting the can art just to make sure if they did change and start putting their ABVs on, and of course not. So poo-poo to you too. But here we go. Time for some sticky. I'm assuming it's pushing around 9% alcohol by volume, being that it's an Imperial Porter. We're going to have to left-hand pour so we can get that label out. Here we go. There it is, into the glass. Use my 10-barrel glass that I got when I was in Paulsville, Washington at the Marina Market. Please do so. Go to the Marina Market if you're in the Puget Sound area of Washington. And Paulsville is a beautiful place. Definitely recommend, if you're in the area, definitely have to go. Okay, up to light a rind of ruby hue from the pinnacle of the glass. Ooh, almost got it on the crotch, but it hit the table instead. So there we go. It's the little victories in life you have to celebrate. Okay, other than that, pitch black. You have a nice little kind of mocha, kind of a soft baker's chocolate head on that one. Not too dark, but getting there. Alcohol leg sticking. I'm saying, the way this alcohol leg is just kind of forming, I'm thinking it's 9+. I can't say that for sure, but I'm saying 9+. Just blankets and sheets and kind of cascading on top of each other as it works its way down. So I'm saying 9+. Wouldn't be surprised if it's 10, but I didn't taste it yet. Let's get to an aroma, shall we? Cheers. Yeah. Excuse me. You can get all those different sugars coming right out of this. So the cinnamon's coming, and I think it's like, I'm getting cinnamon. Did it say cinnamon? It did. Cinnamon's coming right out of this thing. It's really, really nutty coffee. Really, really earthy, nutty coffee, cinnamon, vanilla. I wouldn't necessarily be right off and say, yeah, there's maple syrup in here. But it has a vanilla cinnamon kind of compound that's it's giving you almost that kind of like the Mexican coffee kind of vibe, if you know what I mean. Where they put the chipotles and the cinnamon and the milk in there and stuff like that. You're definitely getting all that. Beautiful is baker's chocolate, milk chocolate. And again, a lot of roasty, toasty, a lot of earthy, nutty coffee. Really nice. Cheers. It's a bit thin. It's a bit thin. High side of a medium body, but then again, it's an Imperial Porter, not an Imperial Stout. But it's still a bit thin, because you know me. Medium to high side of a medium body. Has a nice oiliness to the beer. Drinks really, really well. Very easy drinking beer. Lactose sugars coming out. Vanilla sugars coming out. You have a little bit of something that reminds me of that. I wouldn't say spot on maple syrup, but that kind of caramel, treacle, molasses kind of vibe is hitting me. And knowing that it's maple syrup, it all kind of comes to fruition. It's the nutty coffee is in there. It's in the background. It's not as bold and bombastic as it is in the actual aroma, but it's still there. Nice earthy, roasty, roasty, toasty tones. It's still kind of wafting around the palate. But it's actually more sweet than it is dry. But the sweetness isn't overly like creme brulee or anything like that. It's just a nuanced sweetness it's a little bit more strong than a nuanced sweetness. It's balancing the beer out, and it's putting the beer slightly to the sweeter side more so than the drier side. I'll just say that, if that makes sense. But yet at the same time, it's not hindering the drinkability of the beer. As I said, it's not getting overly sweet. It's not approaching that pastry stout quality. The ABV, whatever the ABV is completely hidden. It tastes like it's a 4 or 5% beer. Really easy to drink. The body's a little light, but again, with the ABV being hidden and the body being light, it adds to this amazing drinkability that this beer has. It comes in 4-packs, I know that. Sticky Imperial Milk Porter. The milk sugars are down to a T. You definitely have that. Without knowing it's maple syrup, it might get lost in translation, but there you could tell there's a lot of different things happening in the beer as far as the sugars go. You have this pronounced caramel treacle molasses vibe. There is carbonation. So mixing with the vanilla, obviously it's indicative of a maple syrup. I mean, you can kind of pick it up without knowing it's actually in there. Especially with all that kind of almost campfire roasty toasty vibes. Your brain just fills in all the blanks. I know they're doing other things with these beers, like they're having this big, the Moonlit Imperial Stout. They're having a big barrel age party, release party for the barrel aged Moonlit. The only problem is, like this beer, it's way too thin. I doubt they made a brand new beer just for the Moonlit barrel age series. So unfortunately, you're buying a beer that's just probably not supposed to be in a barrel. As great as like a little bit of a kick of a spirit would be in this beer, the beer's already too thin. So I'm glad they didn't barrel age this. Otherwise, it would have been like really, 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 really watery, really watery. But saying that, if they would kick up the body to like a medium size and a full mouthfeel, throw this in a barrel, I'd be a happy man. Happy, happy. It's a good beer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just for an easy drinking Imperial Milk Porter with lots of good, actually. I like the fact that there's cinnamon and stuff in this, but it's not overblown. It's not in your face. It's not. There's sometimes cinnamon is too much. I really don't like. I like a nuanced cinnamon. I don't like a lot of big cinnamon. Sometimes they get a little bit clawing, if you know what I mean, with the cinnamon, the maple syrup, the vanilla, those kind of things. Everything is just cohesive, Joe. Joe likes to say the word cohesive a lot. So this is a very cohesive beer. Everything is working well. Everything is letting everything showcase itself. It's not one thing or too much. You know what I mean? So that's good. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I actually think it's really good. I just wish they would, like, to get that 9, 5, 10, they need to bump up the body. You know what I mean? They need to bump up the body and make everything in the beer a little bit more bombastic. A little bit more, look at me, you bastard. A little bit more like that. And then throw it in the barrel, too. There you go. So that's your 9.5, and throw it in the barrel, that's your 10. Ta-da! There you go. We're just down here enjoying the Prowler soundtrack. Got my wood stove going. Got the candles going. Got the beer flowing. And this has been Paul from PABrewNews giving the sticky from New Trail Brewing Company from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, 9 out of 10. Until then, cheers.